Hello, I'm Jakob Carolus. In this presentation, I will describe our work on an electromyography-based system that allows piano players to augment their playstyle. Learning fine motor tasks often takes years of time-consuming practice. Learners lose interest due to lack of motivation if the required skill level exceeds their expectation. In our work, we investigate how assistance systems can create shortcuts to help the user. Here, we identified the need to stay in task language as essential, realizing a seamless integration of the system. In this paper, we used the piano keyboard as an example of a well-established interface between musician and instrument, offering a seamless integration of a high-skill technique by providing pitch modulation through muscle activation measured by electromyography. To design for seamless integration, we identified three main aspects. Immersion and flow describe the necessity to achieve a flow-like state during piano play. EMG directly uses task language to activate modulation. Expressive range and control deal with the compromise of greater expressive range versus the additional expense of mental resources for control. Here, we limit our system to one single modulation effect, but EMG allows us to be liberate in how this is achieved. Comfort addresses the physical presence of an EMG prototype and how it interferes with playing. We base our work on two main research questions. Can a system using EMG accurately detect expressive finger motion without impacting the playing style, covering the technical aspects of this work? And what are design requirements for an EMG-based system to integrate seamlessly into existing motor tasks? To answer these research questions, we developed a prototype that records muscle activity via electromyography and provides a vibrato-like pitch modulation that can be activated via a thumb wiggle gesture. We evaluated the system in a study with 12 participants through a set of questionnaires and interviews. Please consult the paper for details and references. The following video illustrates the system. Participants were given two tasks to complete. First, playing a given note sheet at sight while engaging the modulation effect at predefined positions in the piece. Second, improvise freely where use of the modulation was at will. We used modulation via the pitch wheel as an auditory baseline, available on most consumer piano keyboards. The other condition is our EMG-based system. We present selected results from our work in this talk. Please consult the paper for a complete overview. Our results showed that participants preferred the EMG-based modulation, as it felt more intuitive. Using the Creative Support Index survey, we identified EMG to be more enjoyable and immersive. Additionally, participants felt that their results were worth the effort expended. The analysis of the interviews revealed 4 higher-level themes, which are comfort, how does comfort of use vary? Control, how good is the perceived control over the modulation? Creativity, can an EMG-based system provide creative support? And finally, immersion, is there an impact on immersion when using the system? We highlight exemplary quotes for these themes. Users reported that the EMG-based system offered them more possibilities to express themselves after an adaptation phase. Creating a vibrato-like effect was also something players have been missing for the piano. The presence of electrodes did not disturb them. Achieving a light vibrato was also reported as being much more taxing with the pitch wheel. After incorporating the EMG-based activation into their playstyle, participants reported to be able to play freely. In our research, we have identified 3 main facets when designing for EMG-based systems, which, if considered and applied correctly, successfully enable EMG as a secondary modality. Input ambiguity stimulates playful exploration. During our experiment, the system was calibrated for each player. Hence, players were allowed to define their own interaction interface. We reckon that the initial adaptation to their individual playstyle supports the exploration of expressive range. EMG can enable seamless integration. Our results showed that the connection between the activation and the resulting sound modulation was straightforward and immediate to apply for the EMG-based system, supporting seamless integration. It remains to be investigated whether long-term use can achieve the same level of integration. Increasing the expressive range can increase perceived expressiveness. We believe that extending the system in future work to allow modulation with all fingers is cognitively feasible. Especially as skills improve, players might appreciate greater control and flexibility, but can still profit from the seamless integration through EMG. In this work, we have confirmed the feasibility of EMG as a secondary modality to support the player's musical flow and creativity, while not hindering their play. Our work demonstrates that EMG does have the potential to enable interactions with tangible artifacts without the need for alterations. So now that we have created this sense of artificial proficiency for the users, how do we sign for it? What are other aspects that we need to take care of when we artificially boost a player's proficiency? Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or remarks regarding this work. Thank you.